Hiya, good morning everyone and welcome to the Startup Summit. I hope it's fruitful for you. I'd encourage you to speak to people, network with people and make the most of meeting people today, because these are the places where like-minded people come together and share lots of opportunities and skill sets and the ability to connect with one another. As Bruce said, thank you so much for inviting me here today as well. As Bruce said, I started my company about 3 years ago. I was very fortunate to be part of the Saltire Foundation and became a Saltire Fellow in 2011. The Saltire Foundation is an organisation that's immensely added value to me as an individual as well as my business. It's helped me open my mind and understand global mindsets and the ability to understand different ways of thinking. When I was in America at Babson College, I understood a totally different way of thinking, open-mindedness and different ways of looking at different opportunities. Part of the Saltire Fellowship involved a stint in a Fortune 500 company, which was Liberty Mutual at that time. And my project there was to increase referral and retention both within and out with the organisation. In my research, I came across an organisation called Buzz Agents. Buzz Agents is effectively a word-of-mouth organisation that utilises online social communities and pushes information through them and rewards them for the brands that they work for. I really like this concept and I thought, okay, I'm going to bring it back to Scotland. So once my first internship was over, we came back to Scotland. And to my surprise, dunnhumby, which is a market research company, bought over this company for $60 million. I thought, okay, there's a gap in the market here. Just to see as a show of hands here, how many of you guys are on social media? By that I mean Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Pinterest, Instagram, pretty much all of the room. How many of you actually use it to connect with brands? Okay, a smaller number. How many of you actually gain benefit from that, i.e. some kind of reward? Okay, very few people. So that is the essence of what Kinnect2 is. Kinnect2 is a consumer brand engagement social media platform, and it enables brands and consumers to come together, share opinions, where brands listen and consumers can share their value add to that brand. In essence, what we want to do is create a social networking ability with seamlessness at its core. We want to be able to connect brands and consumers in real time, so brands and consumers can gain value from it by the brands rewarding the consumers and the consumers giving feedback to the brands. In 2013 was when I launched my first proof of concept model while being at Entrepreneurial Spark with Jim Duffy's, a fabulous organisation that he's created. And I was incubated for about 8 months. In that 8 months, I was researching the concept of market research and the concept of brands and consumers interacting with one another. We managed to patent not only our Kinnect2 name, but the logo and the brand as well. So we're not tying with any other Kinnect2 Microsoft. We're not basically going to be called up for that. The other thing that we managed to do was, once we released our proof of concept, I managed to partner with the University of Lahore in Pakistan, whereby we created a new social media platform from scratch, and that we released in September the 7th this year from Kelvin Grove Art Gallery in Glasgow. Since then, we've had significant traction. We've had over 500,000 hits on our site, and we're continuing to grow. We're bringing on brands and consumers. But yes, as Bruce said, in every organisation there's immense challenges when it comes to things like business plans and business models and pivoting, as well as business partners. For me, the biggest challenge has been twofold. One is to create the best team, and creating and finding the best team is really hard. And you need to find somebody who not only shares your vision, your values, and sees your aspirations, but somebody who wants to achieve them as well. And now I can say that after 3 years of various people coming in and out of the business, we're at a stage where we're very fortunate to be surrounded by people who share that vision and those values. Secondly is raising funding, which is another huge part of, especially a technology business. And I have given amazingly, probably about 60 or 70 pitches specifically for raising money for Kinnect2, out of which what I realised was you don't have to go into big, massive organisations and VCs and angel syndicates. I think the best place to start is friends and family. By friends and family, I don't just mean immediate friends and family, but we've microfinanced about $1 million from local Scottish businesses. I call that friends and family because Scotland is a small community and everybody does support one another and everybody does help one another. So just last year, we closed the first round, which we managed to raise $1 million, like I said, for 10% of our company. We're now going into the second round of funding, which will enable us to further develop the technology platform. We're releasing an iOS app in January, an Android app in February, and an e-commerce element in our system in March, and continuing to grow as well. The ultimate aim for Kinnect2 is to exit at $1 billion level. And again, as John was saying earlier, we want to create entrepreneurial spirit in Scotland. I think that would stem from actually thinking with that mindset and saying, not I will do, but I can do. I will do it and I can do it. And I think that's something that we should all harness within us and never kind of go back and say, oh no, but you know, I can't do it. So with that in mind, I'd like to offer my support to every single person in this room and say, if you ever need any advice or help or just a sounding board, please don't hesitate to connect with me through my Twitter handle or LinkedIn or Facebook. You can find me pretty much on every single social media platform, or even Kinnect2. But I'd like to offer my support to you all, and I'd like to open the floor to questions and answers if possible as well. But thank you very much for listening.